Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Lisa, and we have one son, Jeremy.
I'm Tyler Wal-Mart. I'm a farmer here in southwestern Ontario. We raise corn and edible beans and some small grains.
Lisa and I both grew up on farms in rural Ontario here.
And since we've been married, Dave and I have been farming together.
We've been farming for 20 plus years in this farm, and we grow edible beans on this farm.
I work with my father, uncle, and grandparents. I'm lucky to be part of a family-run business, and I'm the 7th generation to farm here in Ontario.
Mom and Dad immigrated to Canada in the early 60s and started farming in this area. Ever since I was a child, we've grown white pea beans on our farm. When I started farming after university full-time, we then started to diversify into some of the other dry bean varieties.
Most of our field operations are done with my father and I. My uncle does a lot of our mechanical work in the shop and runs the elevator during harvest, and my grandfather does almost all of our trucking. Well, as an Ontario farmer, we have the opportunity to raise several different market classes here. The predominant ones being cranberries or Romanos.
Kidney beans, both white and red kidneys.
White beans or navy beans.
Azuki beans, Otibo beans.
Black beans.
So we've grown many different varieties of beans throughout the history of this farm.
Our soils are very well suited for edible bean production because they're well drained and loamy, and we have some coarse textured soil as well. Edible beans don't like wet feet. Well, almost everything about edible bean production is a challenge. They're a finicky crop that require meticulous management, and I spend a great deal of my summertime scouting them routinely on a bike to ensure that we don't have quality issues. It's a feat to get them to come out of the ground after you plant them. If the weather cooperates, we like to plant our beans in June. We try and spread them out so that they're not all coming on at once in the fall for harvest time. First couple months of their life, they grow vegetatively. They're a very short season crop. In August they flower, set pods, and a couple months later we're in the field harvesting them. Harvest generally takes place for us the end of September, entire month of October, sometimes November.
After harvest, the beans are put into wagons and delivered either by wagon or truck to our processor, who we have beans contracted with. And upon arrival at the processor, the beans are graded, and the processor is looking for quality, particularly cleanliness and cracks of seeds. And then the beans are segregated in bins based on the quality factor, and then the processor will deliver the beans to their final destination based on the quality of the beans that we produce.
Our beans travel directly from the field to a local family-run processor where they're clean, graded, sorted, and bagged. We also have a market class that gets shipped directly to Toronto, but the majority of our production is sent to the Mediterranean, where there's a demand for high-quality beans.
In the dry bean business, quality is of utmost importance. At the farm level, we're very concerned about cleanliness, and we deliver a very clean product to the processor. But the processor takes it one step further and then uses equipment to clean out further any soil or any debris as leaves and stems of the bean plant that may have arrived in with the beans that the combine doesn't clean as well. The processor takes it one step further and cleans it, makes it ready for the consumer, in some cases in dry packages, so it's ready for our table.
It's not easy working with 3 generations on one farm. Working with family, it's definitely a challenge, but it's also very rewarding when things come together.
For Lisa and I, it's been a great opportunity for us to farm together as a team and as a family. Our son Jeremy, who's 11, has an active interest in farming since almost day one. He loves to do everything from the carpet farming to today. It's quite a family endeavor.
So as a registered dietitian, we would often recommend beans because they're a good source of a variety of nutrients. Beans are particularly a good source of fiber, protein, and minerals and vitamins, including folate. Fiber helps to lower blood cholesterol, it helps to manage blood sugars, and it also helps with regularity. The protein and the fiber found in beans can help to keep you feeling full longer, and that can help with weight management. And beans are also a relatively low-cost source of protein, so by including beans in your family's meals, it's an economical source of protein for your family. There's many easy ways to include beans in your diet, and just a few examples would be in salad, for example. Adding beans to a lettuce salad or a vegetable salad or a grain salad like rice or pasta is very simple. Of course, adding beans to soups and stews is a common way of using beans. Beans could also be added to an omelet or into a wrap or into your spaghetti sauce, so many easy ways to use beans in your diet.